Hello everyone and welcome to another episode. In today's episode, I have an amazing guest here who is one of my students. I believe she took the class, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago.
2022, beginning of 2022.
3.5 almost.
Yes.
And the reason that I want to talk to you, Anna, is because I want you to explain how was your start, how did you start, for people and for students that are at the beginning, so they can see where you can get from today all the way in 3 years, because you have the perfect example, 3 years.
You're listening to the Time Lash Artist Podcast. If you want to jumpstart your lash career, you can also watch Cosmi's free lash training at www.fulltimelashartist.com. Let's grow.
But guys, let me ask Anna, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself and see where is she now and when did she start it. Anna, thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for being here. Okay,
my pleasure, always my pleasure.
Let's talk. Tell me a little bit. You took the class
2022, beginning of the year 2022.
So it's about 3 years now.
Yes.
But before that, tell me a little bit about your background.
Hi everybody, all the beautiful ladies out here. I went to school for aesthetic school back in 2016.
Wow.
That's when I
almost 10 years ago.
Almost 10 years ago, yes. I was all into skincare, into beauty industry. Back then in 2014-15, I worked in a salon where I fell in love with the beauty of the women and how they take care of themselves out here. So back then I was imagining myself working in a bigger salon, and I decided to go to school 2016, 2017. Did aesthetic school, also did my first training for doing lashes. At that moment we did just classic with Bella Lash.
That was in the school?
Yes. Yes, okay. In the school with Bella Lash. We had to do at that moment like 10-15 clients.
Yeah, but it was models. Very basic, right?
Yes,
I remember
like
when
classic. Mostly like classic. So after finishing school and working in a medical salon, and I was getting a little bit bored, and I was always thinking that I could do something for myself, and having lashes before and seeing how is the process, I was like, maybe I can do that too.
Right.
Especially that I did that in school too.
So you had lashes before?
Yes.
know, you were familiar in that time?
Yes, okay. Yes, I did that back in Moldova, in Romania, so
nice.
All good of that.
Nice.
We knew the basic stuff. So I went from medical salon to...
So you work in the salon after you finish the school?
Yes.
After you got the license?
Yes.
And what
I did before and after.
Okay. So yes. What was it? Was a medical, more facials, aesthetic?
No, it was more body sculpting.
Oh, wow.
Back in Boston, on Newbury Street, one of the busiest street in Boston, nice. With people traveling all around the world. But they did most of the time one session. They were scheduling for one day. They were doing their whole body. Done.
Right.
I never seen them again.
Right.
But with lashes, I was thinking that I could invest more in volume, because I loved volume at that moment too, nice. Doing my lashes volume. So I decided to take your class.
And that was 2020.
2022. Okay.
It was after what, a year? After a year when you finished the school? After 2 years?
No, I finished school in 2017.
Oh yes, but then you took a break or something?
I took a break just because I'm a mom of 2 boys.
You had the
kids. In meantime, I was home with them. It was COVID time too.
Okay, and then you took my class.
Yes.
Okay, got it. So what was the next step after you took the class? What made you to say, okay, I want to do lashes and this is something that I want to do in the future? Because you were in the medical field and you knew how is, to work with people. You kind of had an idea about the business.
Yes.
But what made you to focus on lashes?
Being a mom and having my schedule tight,
Right.
I wanted to work in the same time. And I said, let me take Cosmina's class first. Let's see how it goes from there. I can start to take a couple of my friends home. I had a moment already, an aesthetic bed and chair, light, everything, doing facials to my husband, to friends, to whatever. So I had mostly the base of the
So you can start easily.
Yeah. So I decided, let's try to do lashes too.
Lashes.
Yes.
And you started to practice on the side first, right?
Yes, I started to do it home, but it was just a couple months till I started working at salon, just doing lashes, all kinds of lashes, and I've been working there for almost 2 years, a year 9 months.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doing part-time, around 25 hours per week, but my days were very full, packed. Back to back. Each client 1 hour, 12 hours of shift. I would do like 10 to 12 clients sometimes if they would be just like refills. But yeah, that job got me tired, and I was like,
and
okay,
got you
I have
better in the same time because
Yes,
you were consistently practicing, right?
I trained myself. I learned. I faced a lot of issues, different eyes, different eye shapes, different issues. So I was thinking, why not working on myself, for myself, by myself, having the same amount of money, maybe, but less clients, and of course, less time.
And you know, I want to just put aside here something. Even if you're a beginner and you don't know, and this is something that I always explain into my class, you know, when we did a class, I was always explaining you and many other students, you can start either on the side or you can start working on the salon, in the salon, right?
Yes.
Now, which one is better? Which one is good? Both of them. Either way, you can grow. You know, I always talk to this with my husband. He's always like, Cosmina, you can easily grow horizontally or vertically. How do you want to choose? How do you see yourself in the future?
It also depends on everybody's personality too.
Of course. Are you the person that wants to have, like, you know, bigger salons, many services in the salon? Are you the type of person that you want to grow everything around you? You know, we're all different. I remember when I started, because I used to own a different company before, I said, when I want to start in the beauty industry, I want to do everything by myself. That's the way I am. I'm a very, I don't know how to say, like, freak organized. I'm very perfect on everything. You know me.
I know.
And my husband was like, Cosmina, it's nothing wrong with that. You can just open something on your own and grow everything around you, like trainings, classes, products, product line, online classes. Like, you can do so many things. Don't be afraid that, you know, if you're not in the salon, you cannot jump on your own. You can. But on the other side, working in the salon after you graduate or after you finish the school, it gives you the idea how to run a business, and it gives you the idea how the salon is, because you're gonna see everything eventually.
It's a self-growing,
self-development. And plus, see that, because, you know, when you work in the salon, obviously you're not going to make the same money as you do on your own, but at least you're going to get the models and you're going to get the clientele, and you can practice a lot, which on the side, you may grow a little slower, right? Until you get to that amount of clients. So that is a plus in the salon, to grow, okay, and practice. And then from there, you can decide, okay, I think I'm the type of person that I want to do everything on my own. I see myself growing around me. Or I really like the environment in the salon. I really like to work with so many people, with a lot of, you know, a lot of services, a lot of things. Everyone is different, but start. you know,
have to start.
You have to start.
And you have to push yourself to reach those limits, because I couldn't do everything without two big supporters, you and my husband, because we all have friends, we all have relatives, mom, dad, brothers, but it's not the same. When, for example, you're doing the same thing, you understand my issues. If I have anything, I text you, I call you, I ask you 1,000,000,000 questions. And on the other side, my husband, who sees me struggling, who sees me that I want to work at the same time to like take care of my babies, and he sees that I want to grow, I want to learn more. Sometimes he's sleeping and I'm still editing. And he knows when I'm taking days of content,
it's only content.
It's only content, no texting, no calling, nothing. So
that's amazing.
And I really appreciate you both.
I was a big mentor, right? And I'm
Yes,
still.
You still are, and you're gonna be for a long time
Forever.
Yes.
Forever.
And also I want to mention here on lashing and different issues. When you have a question, when I have a question, I ask you. But in the same time, your husband, Marianne, who does all the marketing, all the social media stuff, if I have anything going on, can you please ask your husband? Because we met before and for the class too. So I think it's really good and important to
have somebody behind you.
That's one thing. And also to talk to people, to collaborate with them. I think at the bottom, it's all the comparison and all the, but on the top is the collaboration and
100%.
And all the good stuff are happening. If there is no envy, no jealousy, there is room for this job.
Right.
For everybody, there is plenty of lash artists and plenty of women that they want to get their lashes done. So there's room for everyone. Yes.
People are afraid, and this is one of the questions that I always ask. Actually, my husband, because he talks about marketing, he always asks, do you think competition, it's a good thing or is a bad thing?
It's always a good thing. Competition,
100%.
And competition and collaborations, they go hand in hand. I feel like you learn one from each other and you want to get to be better and better every single day.
But
you can look back to my Instagram 4 years ago on my personal page, on my business page, and now today. It's not a huge difference, but there is a difference.
Of course. But people are so afraid of, oh my God, there are another 2-3 salons next to me. That's amazing. That means there is a lot of demand. And recently I was just filming a reel, and people ask, oh my God, I'm struggling right now. I don't have clients. I don't have this. Let me tell you something. If I go outside right now and I see 10 people in front of me, 10 women in front of me, how many do you think they have lash extensions?
Maybe one.
Maybe one, maybe two. So there is still 80% left. So is there a demand there or no? 100%.
Of course.
So and there is
people
more
are still
room.
Discovering, because back in Europe, lashing is more famous, let's call it this way. Back here, people just started now 10-15 years ago to get their lashes done. Some of them are afraid, and it's totally understandable. If they go to the wrong person. They're not taught the exact way how things are going on.
How to take care of
That's why we're doing all these videos, how behind the scenes. Yes. So there is always room for.
There is always room. There is always demand. And now, because you mentioned about that, so many people are afraid because they tried 10 years ago, 15 years ago when the lashes started first time, right?
Yes.
And we didn't have so many things that we have in those days. We didn't have the products that we have now. Now everything is I even explain this and tell my students too. in those days you have everything on the tray. Just take it and practice.
Just go on Amazon, you can find everything you need.
All the products that you want to practice, even the big brands,
Yes.
you can find them, so it's way better. All the products, all the tools that was 8 years ago when I
Plus
started.
social media.
Plus social
That is
media.
a
Now
big
we
boom.
have so many tools, guys. We have so many with the AI and the chat GPT and all those free. They are free. You don't have to pay. Literally, you film a video, you put it there, and you have everything ready. So try to do something. You can always grow. People are afraid to go in front of the camera. You don't have to be in front of the camera. Just stay behind and film your hands,
Behind
how
the
you do
scenes.
something,
Behind the scenes.
Behind
Show
the
your
scenes.
room, show your space, show your lashes, your, I don't know,
Exactly.
bed, everything.
That's
like
how you
your
start.
clients.
That's
you
how
don't
you
have
start. When I started my YouTube channel, it's been 7 years now. When I started my YouTube channel, the quality of the videos, when I go back right now and I see them, Cosmina, how did you do that?
You want to feel them again?
The quality was so bad. You couldn't even see my tweezers. But that video, I swear to God, that video got almost 1 million views. That video, showing.
Because people need those type of
And
videos.
if you bring something on the table for me, I don't care about your accent. I don't care the way you talk. I don't even care about the quality because I learned something from that video. Maybe I said something that it helped you and you're like,
Yes.
oh my God, let me follow this
Switched.
girl. Right.
Something,
Let me
yes.
follow this girl because she gives you something informative, something that I can learn from her.
Yes, because we're a lot of lash artists doing lashes, but sometimes watching one of those videos, you just can see one little trick that helps you so much
Of
with retention, with how to take
course.
pictures, with how to do lashes. It can be just one little thing that can
Change
literally
everything.
change, yes, and get you to the better side of
Exactly.
yourself.
Little by little, you learn something from this video, you learn something from this video, you immediately improve your sets for free. This
Yes.
is content for free.
Yes, it is.
Now, Anna, tell me, how did you transition from the salon, working in the salon 2 years, and went on your own? How was the transition?
Was a challenging transition, I'll
And
call
scary,
it this
probably.
way, and scary just because you start from zero, you start from scratch. You don't have those clients that you have at that salon because
You can take the clients.
you
yeah.
cannot take the clients. That's one thing. Then second, you move location. It's a different
Another thing.
area. They would take care of the social media, of marketing, all of that. Or they would bring the clients. I will do my work.
Sure. And all of the
But
sudden you have to
now-
do everything.
But now I am the owner, I'm the photographer, I'm the lash artist, I am the customer,
Accountant.
everything. Yes, of
But at
course.
least let's go back. When I first doing the training, when I did a training with you 3 years ago,
Yes.
I swear that everything that me and my husband taught you, you were doing. Everything, even if you were in the salon, you were posting, you were filming, you were doing, hey, good morning, I'm here. Literally everything that we mentioned in the class, you were following.
You know what? Even the little camera, the taking pictures.
Yeah.
The girls that they were working in the same salon, because there are like many beds over there, they'll be like, how you take your pictures? Your clients are looking so beautiful. How you do that? How you do that? Show us. So you teach me, I
You
teach
taught
others how to take pictures.
That's amazing. So when you started on your own, right?
Yes.
Obviously, you had a little bit about the idea about the business. You were already doing videos. You were already familiar with the talking in front of the camera. So it wasn't in this side. It wasn't from zero, because you were a
Yes,
little bit
yeah,
familiar.
Yes.
Yes, you started from zero with marketing, with
Yes.
like posting,
opening.
target the people around you, now changing the locations and things like that.
Yes, was a big step, of course, for me. I'm still growing. There is always room to grow. I'm taking classes. I'm taking my time just for doing lashes, taking my time to edit everything, to post. This is not just a regular job. This is, if you can,
your baby.
if you can do it, you take care of it 24 hours, 7 days a week. If you want to grow, you have to be consistent. 100%. And you have to be there so people see you. And when they're gonna come to get their lashes done, they're gonna tell, I know you. And you'll be like, oh yeah? Where? From your stories, from your Instagram page. Yeah. So people, before coming to get their lashes done, their service done, they already have an idea what type of person are you. They know what to expect. And I think like going to a salon, it doesn't matter what kind of salon it is, it's really important for them to at least like have an idea what's the environment, what's the vibe in there, who you're gonna see, who is your actual person taking care of yourself, of you know.
And this is very important, more than you think, to have connection. And now I'm talking about my trainings. I had students that they were coming from out of state. I had students coming from Chicago. I had Texas. And I said, tell me one thing that made you to travel all the way from Texas to Boston. What was one thing? And she was like, Cosmina, I don't know. As soon as I saw your videos and as soon as I saw your Instagram, something, I kind of got that connection that, oh my God, this is the girl that I want.
The exact same thing happens with our clients too. You and me, we both have clients. They travel an hour to get their lashes done.
Yes.
They lay down on the bed an hour and a half. They drive another hour home, or even more than that. So for quality and for environment,
the person that you are, sometimes you go to salon, and I experienced that on myself. Yes. You go to a salon, the lash artist works back to back. You have no time to have the connection with your lash artist. You may want to chat something. You may want to share, a story or something. That's why, for me, the way I do, 30 minutes between each client, right? So yes. I have time.
Because you have to put notes, you have to edit something, you have to have your selfie for your time, maybe to eat something, to drink a cup of
to change
tea or
the
something.
bags, to sterilize the tweezers and things like that. So it's always good to have at least that 15 to 30 minutes in case the first client is getting late, right?
Yes.
So then every single appointment is going to
back
move.
To back,
so
yes.
That will be a problem in your schedule. Yes. So 15 to 30 minutes, I always recommend have those 15-30 minutes, because people want to talk to you, people want to connect. You don't want to feel them like, oh my God, the second client is already here, I'm rushing. I hate that.
Fun fact is that one of my clients was telling me that she sees me more often than she sees her friends sometimes, because for getting her lashes she comes every 2 to 3 weeks. So we talk a lot, we change our idea,
conversation,
and you have a connection of them. It's not just being a client
and a lash artist.
Yes, it's not like taking somebody's money and that's all.
No. And done. No, you want them to feel good when they come here. There are people that they come. I have clients that I swear they have kids. They only want to relax. As soon as they walk in, they're like, oh my God, Cosmina, I'm here.
Quiet time.
Quiet. Play some music. I'm just gonna go and sleep and done. They want that type of vibe to relax.
They do. And when they feel comfortable and safe with you, that's the best. And another thing, I have a heating pad on my bed.
Even better.
Which makes them warm. And if they fell asleep and they woke up pretty, that's the best for me. Because
feeling.
I know that they are relaxed, they are good to go now for another 2-3 weeks. They'll be totally,
and they're coming back, because at the end of the day, what's the more important? As soon as you have your client, that client have to be your recurring client every 2 to 3 weeks. Think about something. we are, and I always say this, we are in the best industry ever. Why? As soon as you're doing a great job today and the client is waking up beautiful, very comfortable, very confident, as soon as that client leaves the door and goes home, in 2 weeks she's gonna come back if you did a great job, right?
It's always a recurring service.
And then you always have to think in a long term, how much money you're going to make with this client in a year, because we're not talking about 1 month, 2 months, 1 year. So that client is worth a couple thousands.
And
right?
let's be honest, when somebody starts doing their lashes and they see the results and they know how they feel when they have their lashes full, they're not gonna keep it just for 1 year.
Absolutely.
I have clients for 3 years now.
I have
you
clients
even
since
more.
I started.
Yes.
I swear, since I started. If the application, because I know we're going to have people that are at the beginning here,
Yes,
that they're listening to this episode. If you're doing an amazing job, and if the lashes are applied properly, correctly, you can have those lashes for 15 years, 10 years.
Yes.
I have my own lashes for 7 years since I started to do lashes. I only took a break when everything happened with COVID.
yes.
And then I took another break when I had the IVF treatment because I was losing a lot of lashes. Other than that, every 2 weeks on Thursdays, I have my appointment at 4 p.m. Can rain, can snow, can be a storm, thunderstorm. I'm gonna have my lashes no matter what.
In my case, my hair, my lashes, my nails are not growing so fast, so I'm okay with 3 weeks. Not better. I live like an hour from you, so it's always.
And you still travel an hour to
Yes.
get your lashes done. So
Yes.
like we were saying earlier, if you're doing an amazing job, the clients are always going to come back. It doesn't
It's about
matter.
the connection and the confidence that you have.
Environment, confidence. They don't see you only like their lash artist.
No, like
now
a
they
friend.
see you like a friend, like a family.
They can tell you things that nobody else know.
Absolutely.
We're like the little therapist.
You're a therapist too. You're everything, you know.
Yes.
I have clients that I feel like they're my families. Every time I go somewhere, they're like texting me, Cosmina, how are you doing? How you feel? When I was going through a treatment, I swear I had the most amazing clients. Every single client was texting me, Cosmina, do you need something? Cosmina, do you, like, every single day. So how amazing. I love this industry. I will never give up. I always say.
Of course, it makes you always feel appreciated, and little things, little messages, little if they bring you a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, it's always feeling grateful for what you do, for the job that you have, and for all this back and forth appreciation.
Exactly.
Because it's for both sides. And
so overall, we are in the best industry.
Yes, we
ever.
are.
Beauty industry will never go down. Lashes, not even, because it's the first thing that you see on your face.
And women always like to look
beautiful
good.
And good, of course.
We always like to look.
So now, you already transitioned from a salon to your own space.
Yes.
How long you been
since
in your
October 1st?
October 1st, almost a year.
Almost
a year. We have to celebrate that.
Yes.
Hemda, how do you feel now? Compare with before in the salon. How many hours you work now?
I feel calm. I manage my own. If there's something going on, with kids or even me getting sick sometimes, I just call or text my clients, and we always work around each other.
Right.
And I don't work Monday to Sunday. I do my own schedule. And whatever works for me works for them, and vice versa. And it's good. I like it. I love it. I try to learn more, invest more in myself, grow from different perspectives, with social media, with marketing, Google Ads.
Everything.
Yes.
And you're already doing amazing with that.
Yes, and
You
when
put a lot of content, you film a lot. I see your stories all the
I
time.
try, we all have good and bad days,
Of
but
course.
I'm trying to be consistent. And back, let's say a few years ago when I just started, I had more periods of time when I would not post anything. But now, involving and investing more money in myself, I feel like I have to be there. I have to be present and I have to commit. Lots of times I edit things and I just have my phone falling down to my face.
Falling asleep.
Because I'm falling asleep. But it's okay. If we get to that moment, I put the phone away. Next morning, I end
Start
up.
it again.
Yes, I finish everything and I post whatever I was thinking to post the night before.
That's
But
amazing.
I still try my best, and there is, like I said, always room to grow and always room to get better. I'm not the best. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. I'm human. I have to take care of myself too and of
course.
my family, and they know that I like it. I love what I do, and they love when they see me coming home and with fresh new set of
And
lashes.
happy.
Maybe you'll be like, "Mommy, I like your lashes. Can I touch them?"
That's so beautiful. Well, I'm very proud of you, Anna.
Thank you.
In those 3 years, you did a lot. I'm so happy the journey that you had
Yeah,
and how you started.
And I couldn't do it without my biggest supporters, you and my husband.
You know, that's why I'm here.
And I really appreciate it. And everybody who needs it, I really suggest go to Cosmina. She's not just your trainer. She's your mentor after that. And to be honest, working in this industry and knowing more and more people who are doing this, they're not gonna do that mentorship for free.
Yeah, nobody's doing this for free. Mentorship, or asking so many questions. Like, I'm always, a perfect example. I'm always here because, those are the things that I learned on my own when I started. I had no support. I took trainings with like big brands, right? So after the class, I had nobody to ask questions. I'm like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do now? Like, there were so many curves, there were so many lashes, what I'm gonna figure out? Like, I had to figure out everything on my own. So when I started my in-person trainings, I said, everything that I didn't receive, everything that I didn't learn, those are the things that I want to make sure that my students are going to. Anna, if you texted me like 11 p.m., I will answer 11 p.m. That's how I am.
Or the next morning when
I'm always there,
available.
No matter what. Like, and even though, let's say you don't text me or you don't, don't say anything for the next couple of weeks.
I can tell you're texting me. Is everything fine?
Exactly.
Are you doing okay?
Exactly.
Do you need any
because
help?
I know everybody. As soon as I open my Instagram, as soon as I open my, social, I always see people. This. If I don't see something from you in the next couple of days, not even weeks, I'm like, let me see. Is she okay? So this is something that you can tell I really, really care of my students, because I want to give them the care that I haven't received, right? So
and it's pretty valid and valuable, and
that's how we grow, I want
supporting
you to
each
be
other
100%. I want you to be more than I am. I want you to be like 3 steps, farther than me. I want to see your success, Now, tell me 3 things that you recommend for beginners/artists. What should they do? What should they focus? Where should they focus?
For those who already took the class?
For people that are at the beginning. Let's say beginners/artists.
So beginners/artists, I would suggest 3 main things. Practice every single day if it's possible, like an hour per day. If they did classic, just to focus on classic first, to understand the placement, the retention,
isolation,
the shapes,
glue,
everything. They have to understand what they work with first, of course. And then to work on practicing taking pictures also of
Very
the
important.
clients, and of course to be present on IG. It doesn't matter if you're not taking yet clients. It's
Still
important to show people the products that you're using, how
Right.
you're training, how you train yourself on a mannequin, for example, or just placing lashes.
Right.
If you do volume, of course, you can practice while doing volume fans. And I think these are the main three things.
Yeah. Focus and practice at first.
Practice and
I always
to be
say
visible on IG.
quality over quantity.
Always.
Always.
Yes.
Trust me, you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there 1000%. But first, we have to focus on the correct start.
Yes.
If you know how to, correct placement, correct isolation, movement, positions, how to hold the wrist, how to hold the back, how to put your position, because those are the things that will give you great results in a long term.
But not everybody is lucky to have a good trainer from the beginning. So whoever wants to start cheap is gonna cost them a lot after, because they're gonna go to
100%.
different other trainers, and then they're gonna start asking themselves and the trainers, oh, but I used to be taught like that. Oh, but it's a different technique. So it's good to
choose
know
the correct
and choose from the beginning who is the right one for you and who can
100%.
actually teach you how to do things, not
Right.
just to
100%.
and to be next to you and
That's
position you and to
huge.
help you how to sit on that chair.
Move, how to
Yes, because you're learning how you're gonna work in your career or in like
your
next
long term,
years or long term. So you want to work properly, because if you're not confident and comfortable when
From
you
the
were
beginning.
working, in couple of years you're gonna be like, oh, my hand is
right.
it's not moving anymore, or my back
You're
got
gonna
stuck.
get so tired.
Yes. So you have to have the right technique and the right background.
1000%. 1000%. So start slowly. You're gonna get there. Slowly, with the correct, movements, with correct training, and
Yes.
you can get there 100%. You just need to
Absolutely.
put your practice together. What's your next goal, Anna?
I have a lot of goals.
We always have goals.
Right now I'm working. I actually finished my trainer's course. I'm waiting for the diploma. Of course, before that, I was thinking to have my own line of like products,
brand.
tweezers, my own brand. And but I wanna hold a little bit. I know you are
Step
behind.
by step.
I know you're always here. So if I need,
here.
Even if I'm gonna start having trainings, I know I can count on you. You can provide me all the products that I
Yeah,
need.
100%.
And this is my next move. Let's call it this way. But we want to teach people all around the world, and I think that's the main goal. And
you're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there. We have to be confident and make others feel confident in this industry and this job. And I don't know, I just love being around it of beautiful women. And trust me, those who are coming to you, they have a life story. So it's always good to connect, to interact, and you never know, one of your clients can be your best friend.
You never
at one
know.
moment,
Of course.
or your trainer.
or or your clients can become your students.
Why not?
I had a couple of clients. They were my students too. Now they're my clients. They're my friends. They're my lash clients, like you.
I was pushed by my clients actually to take this trainer's course, because they're always telling me, like, you explain us so much, the aftercare or whatever you're doing. You explain us what you're doing. you don't want to
And
become a
that's-
trainer too.
That's how you know you're ready.
And especially because I used to be a teacher back in Romania for English and
Also,
French.
you know that type of,
Yes, so
for teaching.
Yes, so I love teaching. I love lashes. So hand in hand, we're gonna be
So-
power.
So now let's start teaching.
Yes, can't wait for this.
Next journey. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
so happy for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for explaining everything, the way you started and where you are right now. Obviously, in 3 years, you're like,
Thank you for
You are-
always being behind me
And I'm
and
gonna be.
always helping.
and I'm
I
gonna
really
be, I'm
appreciate
not gonna
it.
go anywhere. Thank you so much, Anna, for being here.
Always my pleasure. You know that.
Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.
If you got a passion for lashes, let me see it. It's time to level up. If you need me to, I'll teach you my 6-figure secret. Better believe it, cause I believe in you. You're listening to the Full-Time Lash Artist Podcast. If you want to jumpstart your lash career, you can also watch Cosmi's free lash training at www.fulltimelashartist.com. Let's grow.